It helps when you press the right button. Okay, here we go. Nothing like a technical difficulty after a couple of weeks off. Okay, let's kick off again. All right, so episode 65 of So What's Been Happening, Thursday, the 18th of November. This is an exciting time. This is finally it for Melbourne. Doors are opening, full capacity as of tomorrow. This is an exciting time for musicians, venues alike, and punters. Finally, masks off. We get to see faces again. We get to smell, taste, and enjoy a cold beer again. Let's bring up Glenn for a quick chat. How are we, cuz? Welcome back, mate.
G'day, mate. Great to be back. How are you, buddy?
Good. Sorry about that little technical glitch at the start. Nothing. It won't be a show unless there's a little technical glitch.
Exactly right, mate. The shows are not perfect, but we're imperfect, which is perfectly imperfect, as I say.
Absolutely. We were supposed to have someone else on just for a quick chat before, but that doesn't seem to have happened. So we'll try and work out how we squeeze that in at some stage, if we can. That's a surprise for you. Now, just a couple of things, mate. A really exciting one tonight with a special guest that I've only just come across her music recently, to be fair. But wow, what a talent. We have been incredibly blessed with talent, as we know on this show. The guys that we've had on have been incredible. The women have stepped it to a whole nother level, and I'm sure you agree with that. And this one in particular, MOZØ, incredible. So wait till you hear this one, mate. This will be an exciting interview. She's a talk about an up-and-comer. She's going to hit this stage with a bang very quickly, let me tell you. So just a couple of little housekeeping things, mate, before we kick off. What an exciting time to be out and about, mate. I'll bet you can't wait to get to a gig.
Oh, mate, fantastic. How good is it? Like, I caught up with you a couple of weeks ago. Great gig at the Brunswick Ballroom, which was fantastic. But, yeah, looking forward to it now, getting back to that world we've spoken about for so long, but now we'll see the normality. People are going to be able to catch up with friends and family, going to gigs, going to pubs, getting back to the entertainment, getting back some money into the entertainment industry, especially a lot of people that we've had on here. We've heard from them firsthand how tough it has been, so it's great to see them getting back into it. And, mate, as you know, we'll get along to and support as many as we can.
Yeah, definitely. And just a little snippets of a couple of shows that I've seen in the last week. The week that was pre full opening. First one was an album launch. I haven't got a video of the first one, which was Brunswick Ballroom, which was Draft Dodgers and Dallas Crane. Massive start to a weekend. It was fantastic. And then off to the Corner Hotel, where the week before we interviewed Timothy Wolf. And then this one's no exception. Let me just play a little clip from his gig at the Corner.
The birds of the vine, so fickle and fine, like more as the sun creeps on. The swallows take flight, the constant worrying inside. The street takes a heart without warning. This is our canvas.
We talked about a clubhouse leader in our last episode, 64. So Timothy Wolf, big shoes to fill, but I think we got the right guest to fill them tonight. So then it was the George Lane, off to George Lane, which was the Saturday night gig with a rescheduled gig, and one of the million rescheduled gigs that we're going to have over time. It's going to turn all the way into next year with rescheduled gigs, but it was Luke Sinclair and the Luke Sinclair set. So just a little snip from that.
Well, you can find the light, or you can make it stay. She says you're just looking at it all the wrong way. There's nothing left to ponder here, and nothing left to lose. So here's your keys, get off your knees, and don't forget your shoes. And I don't like it any more than you do.
Yeah, good.
Great talent. Great talent.
Good to see Luke back on stage for sure. And then it was Sunday afternoon back at the retreat, which was, I absolutely love that back room at the retreat, Brunswick, and the epic talent that will come on in a few weeks, hopefully. We had Polyman on not long ago, George Carroll Wilson, the son of the great Chris Wilson. This is his other son, Chris's other son, the great Fen Wilson. And boy, is this kid a talent. We've been incredibly blessed. Let me just play a little snippet from that.
Reap what you sow. Feed them, feed them. Feed them.
Yeah,
Great voice.
Fen is an incredible talent. So look out for Fen Wilson, George Carroll Wilson as Polyman, and that they both play together in that band, Polyman, as well. So if you haven't seen them, make sure you do very soon. So here we go. Talk about talent. This is going to raise the bar, Glenn, and I'll be very surprised if you're not lining up for a ticket straight away at the next gig. Gets to be at. So here we go. I'm not gonna wrap it up anymore because she'll wrap up herself because she's a fantastic talent. So here we go, Glenn. Let's bring on the incredible talent that is MOZØ. Hello.
Hi, MOZØ. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Oh, it's not
good. Thank you.
You guys can you hear me?
We've got you.
Yes, yeah, loud and clear.
Okay, brilliant, amazing. I thought I had the home recordings all sorted out after lockdown, but turns out we did have the technical difficulties, so that's all right. I'm here now, so that's awesome.
That's okay. Yeah. It looks like it started off as one of those nights. I had it all together as well, and then it went pear-shaped the second I hit the go button. So it happens, doesn't it? Technical difficulties are part of the massive anxiety nerves you get pre-gig. So let's just touch on that before you start. How excited are you about getting back out there and getting to perform again live with people, real people?
I'm so excited. It's crazy. Like, honestly, because I performed last week at the Brunswick Ballroom and then the Brunswick Artist Bar, which I think you saw me at the Artist Bar.
Downstairs.
Downstairs. And it was the most incredible week because I felt like myself again. I don't know, like for me, performing is just, it's the thing that gets me going, and because we lost out for so long. I really felt like I really lost my way for a while, and it turns out the only thing that was missing was just being back out on the stage and performing and sharing music and listening to other incredible artists. Yeah, so it feels good to be back.
Good. So great to hear. And it's definitely an exciting time for all musicians and venues and punters, as I said at the start. Being back at a venue, listening to live music at full capacity is a super way to be able to launch your music.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's so much love out in Melbourne now. Just feels like the life is back in the city.
Yeah, it sure is. All right. What we might do is we might get you to kick off with your first song, and then we'll have a little bit of a chat.
Amazing. Can you guys hear that? Is that?
Yep.
Okay, brilliant. I feel like I'm just gonna, there we go. Okay, let's do it. I'm gonna start off and I'm gonna play a cover. This is like one of my favorite artists, Billie Holiday, which is an incredible artist. She's amazing. It's a bit of a jazzy one to start us off. It's called God Bless the Child. Then that's God child again. Then that's not child. So the Bible says, and it still is new. Mama made her
Papa made her for God. Bless the child that's got his own. That's got his own. Well, the strong get more, while the weak ones pay. Empty pockets don't ever make the grave. Mama may have, Papa may have. Well, God bless the child that's got his own. Money, you got lots of friends crowding around the door. When you're gone and spending, they ain't got no more. Will the strong give, and the strong get small? Rich relations give, and Mama may have, Papa may have. Well, God bless the child that's got his own. That's got his own. Money, you got lots of friends. Oh, crowding around the door. When you're gone and spending, they ain't got no.
Absolutely amazing, MOZÖ. That was fantastic. I was transported back to 1930s, 1940s Chicago, like on that those sort of smoky rooms, filled room. You're just sitting back there. You know, you've got a lady in the back corner on the piano singing beautifully. That was amazing. Thank you for that. That was great.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So going back to when you first sort of got into sort of music, and who were you? Was it a family sort of member who was your main sort of influence early on, or someone else they sort of guided you to listen to or whatever?
Yeah, so my dad actually was, he used to be a chorister boy in London, and he used to sing with Placido Domingo and he was an opera singer when he was a kid. and was just part of these big theatre shows. And I think he was in the Rocky Horror Show at one point. But like as a young boy, and I think I kind of just, his sort of music career ended, so he very much put his dreams all into me and pushed me, which is really nice.
What was the sort of first music that you were sort of akin to, you sort of listened to, you sort of thought, geez, I love that, I sort of get into that sort of music?
So the artist or the band that got me into music was Coldplay. I literally write them like a fan letter every year because I love Coldplay so much. I know everything about Chris Martin. He's my favorite person in the world. But I saw their concert in 2012, the Milo Zaloto tour in Melbourne, and I just remember watching and I was like, that is what I want to do. I want to be able to run down a runway and just make people feel the way I feel right now. Yeah. Coldplay.
No, fantastic. No, that's great.
One thing that's really important is exactly that feeling that a crowd can have, and that energy a crowd can bring an artist on stage. Just tell us a little bit about how much you're looking forward to being able to do that very shortly.
Oh, I'm so excited. And the best thing about it is like you as an artist, you're playing the same songs over and over again, but each experience is so different depending on the crowd and like the energy that the crowd brings and the different people that you're performing to. It's always so unique in that respect, in that regard. But performing is just something else. I feel like it was the thing that I was made to do, and I just love it. I love it so much.
It's funny listening to you speak now, and please take this in the vein I intended. You seem very quietly and softly spoken, but your singing voice, it's almost like an alter ego in a way.
Yeah.
It's so powerful, and so the best way to describe it grabs you by the scruff of the neck and says, sit down, listen to this sort of thing.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, I've got a lot of soul in the voice, but maybe not in my everyday Zoe walking around.
Yeah, one thing I noticed, and I must correct before, and I'm flattered that you hoped I was at that gig, and I should have been at that gig. Trust me. But a good friend of mine happened to walk past and thought, and it's not often you walk past that Brunswick Artist Bar and turn in and go, who is that? Just an incredible voice that captured someone straight away. So as Glenn just mentioned, that ability to grab someone and just say, I'm here I am, is an incredible talent. So don't ever take that for granted. You've got an amazing gift.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice. I'm so happy. That's really nice.
So one thing he's done, I must shout out to Berkey, who's normally comes on this show, but internet's a bit of a battle up where he is, so he can't wait to be out at live gigs. But we actually talked about you for the entire 45 minutes on the way to a gig, and they basically said, have a listen to this. And incredibly, we put it straight on the computer, on the iPod, in the car, and I was blown away the second I kind of heard your first song, Afraid. It was incredible. So thanks for that moment, first of all. And we really look forward to the next song and coming to see you at a gig. So let's play the next one and have a bit more of a chat.
Well, I'll play Afraid then. Yeah, why not? This is usually I have lots of strings and stuff in the background, but obviously all acoustic tonight, which is really nice and raw. But yeah, I'll give it a go. I've been afraid of people and places. Well, it's been amazing. I wouldn't change it. Well, someone is helpless, nothing but anxious. Well, that is more dangerous than facing your shame. So let me talk to you. to do. Chase the fear inside, rip it apart and make a new start. You should decide, 'cause you got it all. Who cares if you fall? Don't move in the crowd. You gotta stand out. Fuck all the doubt. I've been afraid of sitting in silence, but I found a reason to stop all the crying. Someone is happy, nothing but loving, 'cause they found a way to forget everything. Just let me talk to you. I'll tell you what to do. I'll chase the fear inside, rip it apart and make a new start. You should decide, 'cause you got it all. Who cares if you fall? Don't move in the crowd. You gotta stand up. Fuck all the doubt. It doesn't belong to you anymore. Thank you.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, well, you'll hear that quite a lot, Zoe, I'm sure. It won't be the first time someone's referred to your voice as amazing. Yeah, I'm blown away, to be honest. And I'll give you the absolute certainty that we will be at your next gig, absolutely for sure, and we'll make sure we pack it out. So get a big venue, all right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've got a gig on the 4th of December, so coming up at the Artist Bar again. So if you guys want to come to that, I'll be there.
Fantastic. We will.
Sounds like a plan.
It's a great little spot. It's a beautiful bar now, isn't it? The Artist Bar and the Brunswick Ballroom.
It's so beautiful. So, it's so intimate as well. It was such a beautiful gig last week because everyone is so close to you and just there, and it feels like you're just singing to a family. Like, it's really beautiful.
Well, there's definitely a couple of venues I can't wait to see you at. One would be definitely upstairs at the Brunswick Ballroom. I can see the power in your voice just radiating through that room. That will be awesome.
Yeah, I played at the Brunny Ballroom a few weeks ago at the Squinked event. It was called Squinked Unplugged. So that's the label that I'm a part of with my amazing manager, Hannah. She put on this insane event, and there was heaps of people there. We had Carousel Club there. We had bellhop. Yeah, it was really beautiful. Yeah, you're right though. The ballroom, just to perform in, all the sound just soars across the room. It's crazy.
Yeah, it sure does, especially with the way the stage has been changed now and pushed towards the up the back, and it's got that whole length of the room to radiate out onto Sydney Road there. So it's a great spot. Now, where were we? Okay. Glenn, let's bring up Glenn up. I'm sure he's got a question for you.
As I said, I've heard you sing 2 songs. Can't wait to the 4th of December. We'll definitely be there. How excited are you about, I know you've done some gigs. How exciting is it for you now to be going back into that sort of full-on sort of gigging and playing to the live audience? How much is that, do you capture that and then use that going back for yourself as a lot of excitement sort of thing?
Yeah, I can't even explain how excited I am, especially because performing is like, I personally think performing is like 10% of the work for the artist. Like, the artist does so much behind the scenes, and like the manager and everyone's doing so much behind the scenes to be able to put these gigs on, write the music, get a fan base, and then being able to perform is, for me, the easy part of everything. Like, everything is built up before that, and then you get out on the stage and then you're like, this is what I'm here for. So like the feeling, it's obviously scary, and like you mix the feelings of nervous and exciting, but I feel like, I mean, I've been performing since I was 14, and it only gets better and better as you go on, because it's just a part of, I don't know, it's just like such an insane experience. It's such like a natural high. It's amazing.
It's funny, you said you get a little bit nervous when you perform. I can't speak for you come across as a natural performer. Like you're one of those performers who, when you speak, when you're performing, people listen. It's just, as said before, I'm on stage, so shut up and listen. That's what your voice makes people do. I feel.
Thank you.
That's a great skill to have.
Yeah, I feel like it definitely now, it feels very natural, and it feels very easy. But for a long time, it was a lot of work going into performing, and just when I was younger, just performing at every chance I got, to be able to get to the point where I am now, and I don't get nervous anymore. I don't feel scared, and I don't know, you kind of learn what the audience wants, and all the audience wants is for you to be attentive and for you to be as authentic as you can, and just give the song as much emotion and soul as you can, and be able to just deliver that well. And yeah, I feel like I probably am a natural performer, but there's been a lot of work as well behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's great. It's great. There's so much more to you than sitting down playing the keys and singing. You're dancing, and I can tell you that watching that clip for Afraid, and also the new song coming out, mind you, we'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, what a great experience for you, and what a perfect spot to film. Then I think it's the new song, isn't it? That's done at the beach.
Yeah, so it was amazing. I met this group of, we all became really close, this film company called Nice Film Co. And we were like, all right, let's go and do a shoot together. And we weren't actually even meant to do a shoot for Afraid. It just happened. It was sunrise, we were on the beach. And then I was actually dancing for my music video, Ruse, and the director, her name's Emily Medbury. She's amazing. And she was just like, I just want you to dance on the beach. Just let everything go. And I'm not a dancer. I don't know how to dance. But I had the whole team there just like being like, yeah, just go for it, dive in. And we were doing it for Ruse, which is my single that's coming out soon. And then she just stopped everyone. She was like, no, this is for Afraid. So we put Afraid on, and it just like all fell into place. Like, honestly, I can't even explain it. It was the craziest thing ever. I just started dancing, and Afraid was playing, and it made sense because the song is about doing something that you're scared of, and in that moment, I was like, I don't know how to dance, but I'm just going to throw myself in and not be afraid. And yeah, it was kind of just like the most beautiful moment ever.
It sure is. And just on context to that, in case anyone hasn't seen, I'm just going to play a little clip of this, just a little first bit of the intro, and you'll get a feeling for how beautiful this clip is.
I've been afraid of people and places, but it's been amazing and I wouldn't change it. Oh, someone is helpless, nothing but anxious. Well, that is more dangerous than facing your shame. So let me talk to you.
Incredible, honestly. And I was probably not only captivated by the slow movement, okay, and that is, we're not dancers, Glenn, let's face it. That's true dancing. I know you're very...
As much as that may surprise you that we are not dancers, but no, we're not dancers.
Correct. Now, just on that, but I really focused in on the words, and I know your voice just grips it from the start, but it's so great, so well shot that it's, dim lit as the sun's coming up, I take it. And just a beautiful, beautiful clip. So hats off to everyone that's been involved in that shoot.
Yeah, well, Harry Castle is the DOP, and he's amazing as well. The team, Nice One Co, is just, hands down, they're great.
Yeah, and
so
we talk about...
You're clearly the triple threat in terms of, you said you're not a dancer. Well, this is no thing that you got us pretty well covered. You sing beautifully, and you play the keys as well. So, mate, we've got the whole package. Is that a fair call, lads?
Absolutely. And I just want to touch on the lengths you go to sometimes to get a shot and a beautiful spot. I just want to show a couple of these photos and have a look at this. In the water, in amongst it, mate, that's what you got to do. What a beautiful spot, a beautiful day. Just tell us a little bit about being involved in that clip and just what it meant for you. A clip, old classic film clip still means a lot, doesn't it, these days?
Yeah, absolutely. It was so cinematic, which is what working with Harry and Em, they were very much just like, they love, there's a film company called Nowness or something, and they do a lot of cinematic things that they're really inspired by. And Em was like, I just want to have you dancing on a beach. And it all just tied in together. It was so cool. But I am so excited for you guys to see the next music video for Ruse, because we went away for Ruse to be the actual video. So there's 4 other locations that we've shot. It's coming out on the 3rd of December, and that was the most exciting thing. We drove like 5. I'm not going to tell you where we went because it's a secret. And you'll find out soon. But we drove like 5
hours though. She did say 5 hours then. She didn't mention 5 hours. That gives us a clue.
Yeah, there's a clue. You can try looking into that. We drove 5 hours and we stayed in this little hotel, and we had the best time. And we woke up at like 5 a.m. in the morning, got dressed up, and I got my outfit on, and then we went to this crazy location. So yeah, I won't say any more because it's very exciting. But you think the beach is cool? You wait.
Look forward to it. All right. Well, that brings us to another song. We've got 2 more to go. Let's hit another one.
I'm gonna do another cover. This one you will probably most likely. I mean, I hope you know it. It's Carole King, Aretha Franklin, "Natural Woman." Looking out on the morning rain,
of what I'm looking for. And if I make you happy, I don't wanna do more. 'Cause you made me feel. You made me feel. You made me feel like a natural woman. Where my soul was in the lost and found. You came along to claim it. I didn't know just what was wrong with me until your kiss helped me name it. Now I'm no longer doubtful of what I'm looking for. And if I make you happy, I don't wanna do more. 'Cause you made me feel. You made me feel. You made me feel like a natural woman. Oh, baby, what you done to me? You make me feel so good inside. Oh, and I just wanna be close to you. You make me feel so alive. 'Cause you made me feel. You made me feel. You made me feel like a natural woman. Oh, you made me feel. You made me feel. You made me feel like a natural woman.
Where do I start with that?
Amazing.
Other than epic. I cannot wait for you to cover that. Do you play that at a gig?
Oh, no, I don't, but I would love to. It's a great
Absolutely.
I think
Yeah.
you should.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that, and I'm no expert. I'm going out of my comfort zone here, but your voice and that song are just a perfect match.
Thank you. I mean, that's
Excellent.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you.
Well,
Well, you
very
talked her up, Az. You've done well, mate. I'm impressed by you.
Well,
Mate.
We must thank the Burks. Sarah obviously is a big massive rap. That's Mark's sister, and she can spot talent a mile away. Mark's. We also chatted to Mark and his daughter Emma was in the car, and Emma, who's a lot younger, so we've picked up the younger audience too, was captivated, absolutely captivated, and she's incredibly good at picking talent as well. So Zoe, MOZØ, you are someone special, that's for sure. So we can't wait to see you at a gig very shortly. Just tell us about the new song. When's it coming out? What can we expect?
So Ruse is coming out on the 26th of November, so I think it's less than 10 days now, which is crazy because I've been working on this song for about 3 years, which is just insane. I went to uni to study music production. So I think it was my second year that I wrote this song. And obviously, because I was just starting out with producing, I wanted to learn how to produce before I finished it and released it. So I've been working really hard to learn how to produce. I don't know. It's been a big journey of a song, honestly, because I worked with one other producer who was amazing, and I was just like, oh, it's just not the sound that I want. And then I worked with another producer who is also very, very good, and I was like, this is just not what I want. And I think what I realized was that I was the only person that could really get the sound that I wanted in the end. And it's really hard being able to back yourself and be like, yeah, no, you know what? Like, it is competitive out there, but I can actually just do this myself. So finally, after 3 years of writing this bloody song, my housemates and probably the rest of Carlton are sick of hearing it. But I finally finished. It's self-produced. And I'm very, very excited. I had my friend Tilly Webb mix it and Anthony Carr master it. They did an amazing job as well. But basically the song is about just a sort of friend breakup that I went through 3 years ago when I wrote it. But it's interesting because I've grown up as the song, like in the 3 years of having the song, like I've grown up with it. So my perception of what the song was about has changed as I've grown up. And at the start, I was very angry and frustrated and just sort of like projecting all of my emotions into the song. And now when I listen to it, I'm like, oh, wow, I was so vulnerable at the time and so upset that I went through a friend breakup. And it just goes to show how much that relationship sort of meant to me, which I think is really empowering and beautiful.
Very much so. Look, we've had. It's been wonderful having you on, and we'll get you to do another song before you go. But you've had all the hard-hitting questions tonight, but I'll hit you with the hardest one of the night. Right. I ask this of all of my guests, and I give them no preparations. That's what I enjoy most about it. So, MOZÖ, you're having a dinner. It's your own dinner. You're organising it. You can have 5 guests to the dinner. Now, they can be people who are alive or dead. Who are your 5 guests?
Crazy. Well, I mean, obviously Chris Martin. I mean, come on. Yeah, definitely.
Clearly.
I have to have Coldplay there, but that would take up 4 seats. So I'll just give one to Chris Martin.
That's okay. We can throw all them in one.
We can put them in the one basket if you like. It may get me in trouble with future questions, but first time on the show, we'll let that slide for you.
Okay, amazing. Yay. And then I would definitely have to have Liam LaHavis. I'm going for the famous people here. I'm going to get so much shit if I don't say my parents.
Okay, we'll put them on one seat too.
Okay, yeah, we'll get Coldplay, my femme, on one seat.
Yep.
And then Liam LaHavis. And then definitely Squinked femme, 100%.
Okay, good.
Hannah, my manager, and Squinked. They have to be there, definitely. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. So
we said we went Coldplay as the group. We gave your mum and dad as one seat.
Yeah. You don't know? Do you know Liam LaHavis?
I have heard of it. Yeah. And then you had one more. So you got one more left.
Yeah. So Squinked fam, like my manager and the label Squinked that I'm with. Yeah, that's
nice.
Them. Amazing.
There you go. Shout out to Hannah. And I can tell you, Hannah, you've got a ripper there. You've got an absolute winner. So just keep pushing. You got no one else to push other than you need to push MOZÖ. That's all you need to do for a little while. What an epic talent. Don't let anyone ever let you leave that label. Congratulations to all of you involved. And we look forward to hearing a lot more.
Someone's clapping in the mirror.
Oh yeah, that's Hannah.
There we go.
Bring her on.
We knew Hannah was there and we didn't want to let her hide. So maybe she should say a quick hello before we finish. Congratulations, Hannah.
Hannah, she's amazing. You must be very proud of the work she's doing.
I'm just sat on the bed crying here listening to her voice.
Oh, she's got the most amazing voice. She is just an absolute talent. Yeah. And we're looking forward to coming and seeing you soon.
Yeah, you've got to. We'll save a spot. Yeah.
One thing for certain, it's going to need to be a big room. Okay, so I know Brunswick Artist Bar will be fantastic. It'll be jam packed. It'll be sold out. That'll be really intimate. And then we look forward to the next lineup of gigs and all sorts of festivals and all sorts of stuff you're going to be involved in. So we can't wait to see that. So once again, thanks for joining us, most importantly. And let's get you to play your last song, and then we'll see you out and about very soon.
Amazing. I'm going to play Ruse. This is an acoustic version of Ruse, which I'm actually really excited about because I haven't had a chance to play it acoustically. So we'll see how it goes. Usually I have a big choir in the background. Yeah, very raw and nice. Let's put that one.
Miserable morning, my day is ruined. I'm bound to be broken, I'm wasted on you. I've been thrown over shoulders, take it for granted. Running for snowflakes, I'm wasted on you. All I wanted was your trust, all I wanted was to ask. Maybe I did something wrong. You got me breaking away from the ground. You got me dangerous as a rose. Heard your secrets from pocket to whispers. I tried to ignore them. I trusted you. I feel like the object that you've been dodging. I should have noticed, but I trusted you. All I wanted was your trust. All I wanted was to ask. Maybe I did something wrong. You got me breaking away from the ground. You got me dangerous as a rose. You got me breaking away from the ground. You got me dangerous as a rose. No, I don't wanna know. I don't wanna break. You got me breaking. You got me breaking away from the ground. You got me dangerous as a rose. You got me breaking away from the ground. You got me dangerous as a rose. You got me breaking away from the ground. You got me dangerous as a rose. Miserable morning, my day is ruined. Thank you. 26th of November. Woo!
Oops, we got someone. Glenn's on mute. All right. On behalf of the show,
That's probably not a
MOZÖ.
bad thing on my mute.
Yeah, exactly. All right. On behalf of the show, MOZÖ, incredible, absolutely incredible. There's so many words to describe it, but I can't believe I'm so lost for words. Zoe Marshall, you are a superstar. So
So,
Believe in yourself. Don't be afraid, and just get out there and get it done, because you are epic. You can use that
so
quote.
You're so humble too, which is an amazing, that in itself is a gift as well. So we'll be moseying on down to see you, Mosey, very soon.
Yes. Thank you guys. You guys, it's been so lovely. I'm lost for words as well. You've been so lovely. Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome anytime. We will catch up soon. See you on the other side.
Wonderful to have you on. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Bye.
How good.
Mate.
We talked about leaders of the pack. Okay.
Oh.
That is definitely, undoubtedly, our best female performer. Without trying to split them, it's really hard to split them because we've had some incredible ones.
Mate, a little bit of pressure on the lads now, just quietly. A little bit of pressure on the lads.
We talk about tough acts to follow. Okay. That's always a tough act to follow. But we were going to bring this guest on at the start. Now, for other reasons, it doesn't matter, but we're going to sneak it on at the end and have a little shout out and a chat to one of our favorites. I'm not sure if you know who I'm referring to here, because I've kind of haven't worded you up. I've just let it happen. But it's an exciting week for this foundation, the Pat Cronin Foundation. Very close to our hearts, as we know, very close to our community. To Matt and Robin and the family, we're always thinking of you guys, and we hope one day this coward punch is a thing of the past and it will never cost another life. Sadly, it has recently to some other young humans as well. So that's a terrible news to hear. But just before we bring Matt up, we're going to flick to a little break with our famous number 65s.
Nice.
Thanks to Electric Mary for that little tune as well. Thanks to Rusty, one of our good show friends. He's lent us both tunes, the tune we start with and the tune just then, which is another epic from Electric Mary. And we look forward to having them on as a band. We won't. Well, let's see if we can pull that off. We haven't done a whole band, mate. So let's set the bar a bit higher. Okay,
that'll be our first challenge to get a whole actual band on.
That will be a challenge. We couldn't do it during lockdown because it's a bit tougher, obviously, with boys in different states and all sorts of things, and try and get them to play live. But we definitely should have got them on for a chat. But that's harder and harder to do these days. So one thing we're going to do is bring on one of our good friends of the show, and he's been on a couple of times talking about the foundation, and he's a mad tiger, and we can get to talk Melbourne Demons this time. Maybe. Who knows? Let's bring on Matt.
Ridiculous.
A little bit of a different time for the Tigers, but a celebration for that we got another season out of the way for sure. Let's bring him on, Matt Cronin. How are you, Matt?
Yeah, I'm really well. Thanks, Aaron. Thanks, Glenn.
Go, Matt. How are you, mate?
Good to be here again. Yeah.
Can you believe that he's invited on the show tonight? And the first thing he's referenced is he's gone with the Melbourne reference.
No, he had to. I guess actually, my poster's come down. There's normally a poster just over my right-hand shoulder here of the 2020 Premiership.
You've already put it away.
I've been working from home for 18 months, and my clients have a crack at me every time I'm doing a Zoom meeting with them. So, they get a bit spooked by Skipper the Owl up here, though, I tell you.
They're pretty big week for you guys this week, mate. You've had a fair bit on coming up to this weekend.
Yeah, look, it's our B-Wise
great from what I've seen on the website and that.
Yeah. Look, it's the B-Wise Walk week, as you know, and it's been look, we should be looking forward to an event on Sunday with, over 2,000 people walking from Heidelberg to Lower Plenty. But of course, COVID's put paid to that, for this year again, as well as last year. But, I think the thing that we've done with the foundation is we've just said, look, you know what, COVID's COVID, let's just get on with it. We think we're COVID proof in terms of what we do. Our message needs to be COVID proof. So we've been hard at work. So despite all of these restrictions, we've delivered 165 B-Wise presentations this year. So you do the maths on that, and we've reached something like almost 20,000 young Australians, which is, I think, something that we're really proud of. And that's why it's just so important for us to, do this work with the raise vital funds so that we can provide these sessions fully funded.
That must be amazing for you, Matt. And when you give those presentations, you must feel, or I assume that you feel that when you speak, that Pat is there with you, almost speaking through you as you give the presentation and speak to these young men and women about the coward punch and stopping the coward punch. It must be very empowering for you as well.
Yeah, look, it is, Glenn, but, I think importantly, this is where the foundation has grown to, is that, of those 165 presentations we'll do this year, I've probably only done 5. We've got presenters who work for us, and and we've also got some of Pat's mates who do the footy clubs and sporting clubs and things like that. So that's been fantastic for them to get involved as well. They've felt they really get a lot out of it. They feel that they're honouring Pat, which is what the foundation's about, getting a message out there that really is changing people's lives. The feedback we get from schools has just been quite incredible. So we know we're making a difference. This week Danny Green's been very prominent with his coward punch week, as he calls it. He works really hard 1 week a year. We work really hard 365 days a year. And what I say about the foundation is we're absolutely where the rubber hits the road. So we're out there doing what we need to do. The funds we raise from the events like the walk or selling a raffle ticket or something like that. As I said, we decided a bit over 12 months ago, maybe 18 months ago, to say we're going to deliver these presentations at no cost to the school, no cost to the organisation, whether it be a footy club, cricket club, basketball, whatever, any sort of organisation. So we've actually we've made the funding our problem. So, I'm wrapped that we've picked up a couple of corporate partners this year. Barry Plant's come on board for a partnership. And just recently, you might have seen in our socials, Lapine Funerals have also come on board. And they've been, both organisations have been amazing to deal with. So just supporting what we do because they know that they're saving lives with what we do. We also got some government funding at the start of this year. So the Victorian state government got behind us, and when they've turned around and said, well, we want to fund you again next year, that's a massive vindication of the work we're doing.
And that must be the most, I suppose, obviously the heartache of obviously losing Pat, but that must be I suppose the silver lining or the great benefit that you see from doing it, that you really, the terrible loss of Pat and the heartache that you as a family went through, but to see coming at the other side of what a great effect it's having on the wider community. And that, as you said, that must be very rewarding to feel that you're really making a difference with the presentations and the work that the foundation's doing. Yeah,
look, bittersweet is the words that I use a lot, Glenn. Nothing's going to bring Pat back, and we miss him dearly. I think probably where I came on board, online last time with you guys, this room that I'm in is Pat's bedroom. So, and what you can see behind me here is all the merchandise for the foundation. So this is foundation headquarters. I feel Pat's presence in this room all the time. It's a special place for me to have worked for the last 18 months. And again, we know that Pat's there. He's probably bloody embarrassed, I'd say, by the publicity we get and hearing his name mentioned all the time. But, just even earlier this year, when our current premier was, on his little holiday, the acting premier did a press conference about planting trees in Werribee, of all things, right? And in this press conference, someone asked him a question about violence, and the acting premier at the time said, well, you know what? Thanks to organisations such as the Pat Cronin Foundation, we know that there are organisations out there making a difference. So we're being thought of in really high places. And for me, what I get out of that as being Pat's dad, and Robin as Pat's mum, and Emma and Lucas as brother and sister, is Pat's been remembered. And in years to come, people are going to say, geez, didn't things change, after that tragic event that happened to Pat Cronin? So
I think that's the biggest thing, isn't it? When you look at a tragic event, that that's a tragedy. There's no other way to talk about that. But what's happened going forward as a result of that tragedy? What have we done as people to learn from that and better ourselves from that?
Yeah.
I think you do amazing work, mate, and we're proud to call you friends, and you and Robin and the kids. Pat would be extremely proud of you all.
Yeah, good on you. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it. Yep.
Just a little bit about being out and about, Matt, this week. A couple of photos, mate. I hope you don't mind that I've stolen them off your Facebook, mate. But you're out making a difference, mate, and you're pounding the pavement, and there's so many other people pounding the pavement with you.
Yeah.
We have been a little bit lazy, I'll be fair to you, for this year. But last year we did make a trek into the from Montmorency to the city, which we thought was a bit of a challenge for us. Guys don't walk a massive amount of kilometres, but it was a fun walk. And we remembered, Pat, that day we ran into you on the walk, which was a special
that was
moment.
Great.
We ran into you on the walk, and instead of turning around and walking back with you, we kept going. It was obviously caught us in a weak moment.
And keep in mind that I saw you in Viewbank, so you still had plenty of Ks to go.
Fair way to go too,
We sure did. And just on that, here it is, the 15th to the 21st, the Be Wise Walk 2021. If you can't do the walk or be involved, please jump on the website, give a donation. This helps the great Pat Cronin Foundation do so much epic work in our community, and it's a special time for the Pat Cronin Foundation this week especially. But as you said, it's not just this week, Matt. You, Robin, Emma, Lucas all do some incredible work with the foundation all together as one. And I know Matt will be looking down on us and saying thank you for doing this. So well done, mate.
Good on you guys. Really appreciate the support. Make a donation. Every dollar is going to count, and we welcome anyone to. On Sunday, probably the last little thing I'll say is, whilst we can't have the mass participation event on Sunday, we're doing the traditional walk, 10 o'clock at Heidelberg. So anyone who's out there who's registered, or maybe even if they're not registered yet and they just want to come for a walk on Sunday, we're going to be walking from Heidelberg, Warringal Park, up to the Lower Plenty footy ground. The cricket club there is kindly agreed to give us the keys to the club room, so that the forecast isn't great, so we might have our brollies, but we'll at least have somewhere dry to gather at the end of it. So we're hopeful. Look, I mean, I think the restrictions ease as of 11:59 tonight, so I think it's all bets are off. And if we can get 200-300 people walking with us, that'd be absolutely awesome on Sunday. So anyone who wants to go for a good walk with good people, come along for a walk with us on Sunday.
We might join you for a walk on Sunday, mate. Aaron's not real good of a Sunday morning, though, Matty. That's not when he does his best work. He's a bit lazy in that regard, but we might get him, because he could probably do with a couple of Ks, mate. I've got him. I'm looking pretty fit at the moment. I've probably got him covered. So, mate, I might just rock up out of his house on Sunday morning. We'll come down and we'll meet you down there, mate, for a walk.
It. Even if we meet about where we met it last time, almost at the top of that hill, right? And you can turn around and walk back with us to Lower Plenty.
Well, that would be lovely, mate. That would be much appreciated. Back to the city. Yes. Beautiful. Great job, Matt. Thanks for jumping on tonight too. It's lovely.
No worries. Thanks, mate. Guys. And sorry for the muck up at the start, but hey, I'm glad you didn't ask me to sing. So well done.
We'll just see Aaron start, mate. He gets on the show, starts the show, has the mute button on. Like How can I soar like an eagle, mate, when I'm surrounded by dodos? It's very tough, I tell you.
Yeah, let's just remember what time you logged on after the show started, Glenn. So anyway,
Exactly right.
once again, Matt,
Lovely to
please
see you,
give
Matt.
your family a big hug for us tonight.
Thanks, guys. Yes.
Yeah.
And enjoy the week, mate. We'll see you soon.
Good on you guys. All the best.
Fantastic.
See ya.
Thanks, Matt.
Bye.
Great to see you.
Bye.
Mate, what a
What a
superstar
legend.
of a man.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. All right, mate. A couple
Well,
of
mate,
quick.
that was great, mate. She was fantastic. Mate,
Sure
4th of
was.
December, we'll have to go.
Yep.
Is that a Sunday? I'm thinking that's a Sunday.
I will make sure that gig's advertised on here, and we'll
Yeah.
put the link to the tickets and things like that because it's going to sell out in about 5 minutes. Once enough people know about it, once they've seen the show. Just going to play a little snippet of one of her covers as well. I have to touch on this. Nina Simone classic, Feeling Good. Just let me play a little bit of this. You can capture just the incredible part of her voice. We can't capture it totally being on a Facebook Live, but without all the audio correct bits and pieces together. But let's have a listen to this.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. Well, it's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Fish in the sea, you know how I feel. River running free, you know how I feel. Oh, blossom on the tree, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good.
Incredible, mate.
Mate. Amazing.
Yeah, talk about,
Amazing.
you know, you think of things like intros to Bond movies and things like that. I
Yeah.
mean, she's right up there with Adele and everyone
She
else.
sounds like Shirley Bassey.
Yeah, there's a lot of Shirley Bassey in amongst that. There's a few other
Like
influences.
I'd love to hear her sing a song like Goldfinger or something like that.
Absolutely. Yep. We'll we might have to send her a few requests.
Yeah, a little request.
for the
A
covers.
couple little specials. Well,
Says
mate,
us
that was
who-
fantastic.
Says us who would want a 15th of that talent, mate, to get out on stage. But
and
I
how's her
can't,
form? I'm not a good dancer. She kidding herself?
yeah, not bad, eh? Not bad. I need to touch on a gig that's on in the next 3 days. There's a Friday night, Saturday matinee, Saturday night, I think, and Sunday. Incredible. The boys from Marshmallow Overcoat, Davey Lane, Ash Naylor, Brent Wolfenden, at, of all places, the Hotel Westwood, which is a new venue, hasn't been open too long, a couple of years max, and it's an exciting time for James Young and the crew and all the boys. It's sold extra tickets, so if you can get a ticket, get on board. We'll be there tomorrow night. A few of us getting together. It'll be great. And also this Sunday, I can't get to this gig, but our good friend Dave Cosma, I always give him a good shout out. Dave Cosma and Damon Smith, both involved in this band, Sun Rising. You must, if you can't and want to get out, Songs That Made Memphis. What a fantastic stuff. And we had those boys on the show not long ago.
Yes.
So if you can get to that one, that'll be very close to being sold out for sure. So that's at Mimo Band Room in St Kilda. So if you can get there,
that often ends up on SBS a couple of nights later.
there you go. Look out.
There you go.
one of the best things to be on SBS for sure. You're a bit of an
Dash and
SBS
Dave.
fan, mate. So what I want to finish the show with is just a quick slide of some of the incredible guests that we've had on, mate. And I'm going to leave it at that. And then we're going to sign off, and we're going to go and enjoy some time with our family, mate. And then we're going to be back out at gigs. Masks off, beers are cold.
I know.
Can't wait.
Good.
Can't wait. All right, mate. We'll catch up soon.
Right, mate. Great to see you, buddy. Great stuff tonight. That was fantastic. She was great. Very clever.
Rocky start, but we got there. Cheers, mate.
Yes.